21 here with your live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Of course, if you're looking for our best bets, you can find that over at pickdogs.com. Just click on the premium picks tab. Get that question all the time. I think the two most common questions I get are, what are your best picks for today? And how do I become a capper on your site? I think those are the two most common. I think, I think I also lately, the trend has been people start emailing me and asking me specific questions. I'm sorry. I love you guys, but that's not what we do here. We're kind of like not a la carte free pick service. It's not, I don't have, I wish I had time to do it, but I don't. Not enough hours in the day. And
that'd be a good service to add, a la carte.
Well, that's what the Facebook group is for. That's what the YouTube comments are for. That's what all those other things are for. It's like, and I have my best bets are my premium picks. But to send me emails about like the Dodgers game or something, why bother? I mean, it's unfair. Anyways, I forgot to hit the play button.
You still like the Dodgers.
But this is Mitch from pickdogs.com here with our live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Of course, Rod and Brian with me, as always. Forgot to hit the play button on the podcast, but now we're all good. Anyways, yeah, it's, it's like it had nothing to do with anything. I mean, I never had a premium pick on the game. I never had I didn't have a premium pick on it. I didn't have even a pick in the video. I only had a pick on the total. So, I don't know. I think people just think like I'm their personal free picker. I have no idea. And it's like, it's cool that they think of me that way, but it's like the reality is I'm not even I can't open that can of worms. We have 7 million people a month or something, 5 to 7 million people a month that come to our websites, and I won't be able to walk out the door. I won't be able to do anything if I start.
There's no way you can answer.
Yeah, well, that's
7 million emails.
Believe it or not, that's how the premium started for me. I never planned on selling picks or doing any of those things, but back when I had when Sports Chat Place just started, in like 2010, so I was a couple years into it, people they're like, you should just set up a section where you put your best bets. We could pay and we can get them, because people are just emailing me constantly all day. And I was like, I can't do this, It's like I put out my picks. These are them. It's like we have live shows, we have all kinds of stuff, but emailing me about the Dodgers, that's ridiculous. It's unfair, to be honest with you. I don't understand it. But yeah, I don't know. Weird stuff. Anyways, we got Major League Baseball today. And no football tomorrow, which a little disappointing. Because
how exciting was that Yankees-Braves game last night? At the end, that was pretty exciting stuff. Even though it didn't go my way.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
I think yesterday I changed a couple picks of mine in the premium picks. I switched a couple picks out from premium picks. They all won. And then the ones that I added in their place all lost. So it was just, I knew I was in trouble on one of them, the Diamondbacks. I knew it from, the second.
That was my only winner.
Second I entered it in. The Rays were mine. I knew that was an easy one. But like
that wasn't easy.
They slaughtered them. It was dominant. The Phillies were never in the game. Never once. They never.
It was 1-1 until like the 7th inning.
They never threatened to take the lead. Not once. Did they ever have a guy in scoring position?
What was dominant was the San Francisco Giants. That was a dominant win, but I wouldn't say the Rays.
That's one that I took out.
Rays did dominate the Phillies.
That was one that I took out from my premium picks because the line looked funny. It's like,
well, the line looks funny today too.
But it's like,
and I think.
But you were woofing yesterday that that you were going to come on here and that you were going to say how the Mets was such an awesome pick, but they got busted up. And as bad as the Mets were, the Phillies were worse. They never got a guy in scoring position outside of the one run, right? They never had a guy in scoring position. They never had a guy to second base. They never threatened. They never even threatened. They were not even in the game. They were just mush. They were basically just there, and the Rays were just going to take their shots at them. The Rays had tons of chances. It's like they just missed out on a bunch of them. But it's like that game could have, it should have been 9-0 or something. It was slaughter. It might not have been this. It might not have shown it on the scoreboard as one-sided as the game was, but it was absolutely a one-sided game because it was just one of those games where it's just a matter of time. Kind of like the Brewers and the Reds. Like the Reds are having fun out there and they're slapping ass and doing all this stuff. And it was just like, you guys are going to get slaughtered, okay? Because Amir Garrett's going to come in or one of these guys and they're going to bust you up. It's like, you guys get it all out. You ever see it like at the beginning of, they do it in the NFL, it happens, but mostly in college football, where guys are like slapping ass like at the beginning of the game, going crazy, the fan, so they're acting like they've won the game. Right, Michigan is really good at this. Right, they score a touchdown, they act like they've won the game, and then they get slaughtered.
Have you ever seen anybody sweat like Chapman was sweating last night? He had taken off his hat, the water's pouring.
He's been in that situation a bunch this season. I mean,
I was just on my edge of my seat, praying for a hit there by Freddie
Freeman, you were trying to get a hit from, and
I'm
the other way.
I know Rod. I was thinking of Rod. Rod's there, the opposite.
It's
but
close.
If they would have left Chapman in for one more batter, it would have been over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he looks done. I mean, at this point, we've seen that a bunch this season. It's not the first time he's been tagged.
He's been tagged, no.
He's been tagged all season. So.
Yep.
Anyways, just 13 Major League Baseball games today. Nothing else. And tomorrow, just 12 Major League Baseball games, nothing else. But Saturday starts college football, just 4 games on Saturday. I'm not kind of jumping the gun on anything there. And then next week, college football starts in full. I really have been I'm starting this year a little differently than I normally do with college football. So I'm starting digging into the really deep numbers, and then I'm going to come up to go to the team level after that. So I'm kind of still in the woods. I haven't even got to the games, for this week. But I'm deep in the trenches. Trust me.
Games are tough this week.
Yeah, there's no reason. It's one of those things. There's no reason to jump at games that just aren't there. It's like if it's there, it's there. If it's not there, there's no reason just because it's a game to put a thing because there's other games. We got preseason football those days. We've got Major League Baseball. So it's like it's 4 college football games. If it's not there, it's not there. And that's just the way it is. I haven't got to the game, so I don't know. But for me, if it's not there, it's not there. I'm not going to pretend like the UCLA-Hawaii game is a game that I would normally watch on a Saturday. I'm not going to sit there and pretend.
But is that statement win for UCLA where they go to kick the crap out of Hawaii then start the season off with a 21-point win? Something has me thinking UCLA might be really pumped up.
What's in your coffee you're drinking this morning? UCLA? Yuck. When have they ever looked good?
I think Hawaii's been a bowl team like the last 20. Hawaii's been a bowl team like the last 20 years in a row or something.
It's like UCLA was awful last year. And the year before that, and then they always look.
They actually weren't that awful last year. At the end of the year.
At the end, they weren't great.
They weren't bad last year.
I keep flip flopping on that game. I'm thinking Hawaii plus 17.5.
I haven't even looked at them. I haven't even looked at the games. I couldn't even tell you I know there's 4 games. I couldn't even tell you who they are. Illinois, right? New head coach there, right?
Yeah.
Brett Bielema, right, is the coach. He sucks. Right? So it's like you thought Lovie Smith. If you thought Lovie Smith was bad, you ain't seen nothing yet, man. This guy took Arkansas and drove them into the dirt. Took a proud, strong program that was like a Sugar Bowl contender every single year, loaded with NFL players, and turned them into an absolute doormat in the SEC. And we're talking about an athletic budget that goes through the roof there in Arkansas as well. I mean, they have big Jerry Jones money, Arkansas. Big money back in that program. And Bielema, he was fired on the field, right? At Arkansas, they fired him on the field after his last game of the season. By the time he hit the press conference after the game, he was already fired. It was like, that's how fired he was. That's how bad he was. Kind of deserved that. Nebraska, total underachievers. Since Frost has come over there from UCF, they have done absolutely nothing. They have been probably one of the worst spread teams, I would imagine, over the last few years. We'll have to look at that.
Florida State might be the worst spread team over the last 3 seasons.
No, the worst is actually Western Michigan. Terrible.
What about the Akron Zips? I think they were pretty bad.
Oh, yeah, they're bad, too. There's a few of them. Any Nick Rolovich. So, you know who was terrible? You know who was a terrible cover team has been Hawaii when Nick Rolovich was coach. A lot of wins, not a lot of covers. And same thing at Washington State. He's terrible against the spread again. He's like one of the worst spread coaches.
I'm getting excited because college football's close.
Anyways.
I think this is the biggest year. We have more returning guys than ever, right? Because of the COVID thing that all these people got their year extended. So you get some guys with 5-6 years in the program. You
got returning guys. You got fans back in the stands. You've got all kinds of stuff going on in this one. So in this season, it's going to be a good college football season. Plus, you had teams, you know, it'll be interesting to see the COVID protocol and all of that stuff. I know my nephews go to Ohio State, and they won't let you go on campus if you're not vaccinated. And it's like, it's a big deal because it's like you could take online courses, but it's like if you have certain courses that you need to go to the live course, like that's the only way it's being offered. It's kind of, I don't know. It should be interesting.
It's pretty crazy to pay college prices and have to take your classes on the computer.
I don't know. It's Ryan Day at Ohio State, 70% against the number of this guy, you know, career. He is an ass kicker. Like a good ass kicker. You know, as the ass kicker was my ass kicker, like, you know, it was always Chris Peterson. When I first started college football plays, it's like he would come out with the blue shirt, you know, Boise. Like, I think maybe he was, I don't remember if it was like, if he was the coach, like when I very first started. I mean, I guess he was. He had probably just taken over for Hawkins. And, he'd come out in the blue shirt, and you know, it's just a standard Boise blue shirt. And I always say on our chat room, we used to have a chat room and watch all the games together all day long. Just 1,000 people or something. It would be like, you know, back in the days of the chat room, I'd be like, Chris Peterson's got his ass kicking shirt on again. It's the same blue, you know, Boise shirt. It's like, I love it because he never takes the knee at the goal line. He always punches it in.
I hate when teams do that unless I got the...
I love it. Peterson always does it.
Sticks in my...
Doesn't leave the doubt. It's like, oh, man, they can do it. It's like the finagling. You never see a Chris Peterson player slide into the 1 yard line or take a knee at the one. It's always like... It was like... one of my biggest wins of all time, I talk about all the time, is that Boise State, Michigan State season opener where they stuffed Le'Veon Bell at the goal line, you know, when they tried to put it in, and then the next play, Le'Veon took a knee, and Boise covered. That was what I call the box of Cheez-Its game. I had so much money on the game. I had no money in my wallet, no money in my pocket. My ATM card was maxed. I mean, I was all in. I was in line, and everyone's like, Michigan State, putting their bets in. It was like, add another 100, add another 100. I had nothing left. It was all in. All I had was a box of Cheez-Its. I had to borrow money to tip the waitress. It was bad.
Cheez-It?
It's like right before kickoff, you start thinking to yourself, maybe I have a problem. Maybe I got a problem. Anyways, let's go into baseball. Give everybody a chance to join us. I'm ready for football, though. I'll be honest. I'm ready for college football. I love it. That's my game. You know, it's always been my best picking sport. Last year, I think I was just a couple of games over 500 when all was said and done. But it's always been my best sport. It was the original when I started my first website. It was College Football Place. I grew up in the stands of the Orange Bowl, 110 degrees every Saturday, and the team wasn't good back then. So that's why I do what I do, college football. Anyways, we go to Major League Baseball for today, and we've got a few day games here. We've got the Royals and the Tigers. We've got the Astros and the Royals, and the Astros finally solving the Royals last night. And then we've got the Cubbies against the Rockies. Doubleheader today. So I didn't do that in the videos. When I did the videos, it hadn't been announced that it was doubleheader yet. So Marquez and Davies is the early one. Gomber and Steele is the late game. So just these three early games. Brian, what are you thinking? Any day action for you?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a chance with the Kansas City Royals plus 1.5 here. Lance McCullers has a great season, but over his last 6 starts, he's pitched 34 innings, given up 18 runs. Royals have been a scrappy team. I think they can keep this. I think it's a 1-run game either way. It wouldn't shock me if the Royals knocked them off, but I'm going to take the plus 1.5 here. I think it's a close game.
I think the Astros open the floodgate in that one, and they do it again. I'm going to take the Astros minus 2.5. I think they blow up the Royals again. McCullers comes out and pitches a solid start, shuts down the Royals. Give me the Astros minus 2.5 in that one. And then the other one I like, I'm going to take the Cubs in Game 1. The Rockies are 0-8 in Game 1 of a doubleheader this year. So I'm going to take the Cubs in Game 1. I like the Rockies in Game 2. But Cubs Game 1. Rockies 0-8 Game 1 of a doubleheader this year.
I like the Astros here to knock off the Royals pretty good. I think you could lay some alternate lines. I think this is more one of those ones where you lay some alternate lines, you put it in a parlay, because there's just Mike Minor is the guy they beat last time, when they got smoked in Kansas City, and so they got his number. I think Minor's about done. Who do you think is the biggest NFL name that's going to get cut? Think about that. I'm going to go with Jalen Smith from the Cowboys. I thought it was going to be Sonny Michel. He got traded. But I think
he got traded. Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking too. And then all of a sudden I see it in the headline this morning. I was like, what? You were going to cut him? And then they traded him?
There goes my cut guy. But I think it's going to be Jalen Smith from the Cowboys or Van Der Esch. I think it's going to be one of those two or both. And I think that, or they're traded. I think Jalen Smith might get traded. He might get cut. He makes a ton of money. He's lost his starting job. He's, I think, you can't keep, in the NFL, it's non-guaranteed money. So you can't keep that kind of money on the payroll. He will be a cap hit, but you can't take that kind of money on the payroll if the guy's not starting. So he's my pick. I think Van Der Esch possibly traded. We'll see. I think they keep Van Der Esch. Maybe he's a little less expensive. But I think Jalen Smith's my guy. He's not a bad player. He just lost his starting job. I mean, he's not worth that kind of money that they're paying him. You can't pay a non-starter that kind of money.
No.
Anyways. Take Jalen Smith plus the Astros on the extended run line. Anyways, Game 2 of the Rockies-Cubs. Gomber's in town. Brian loves him some Gamba. Got the Orioles and the Angels. Whew. Dylan Bundy, large and in charge last night in Baltimore. It was someone took out the ugly stick. That's Spencer Watkins. Maybe he needs a little coaching up or something. He has location problems. So when you have location problems, and it means you have to throw it over the middle of the plate, you're going to get smacked around. I mean, Orioles are just reeling. This is, what do you do?
They fought back a little bit.
They're going to lose 110 games plus. What do you do?
Oh, yeah.
And then Zach Wheeler.
I like the Orioles.
Then Zach Wheeler's going to try and pull himself out of the abyss that he's been in. He's been a mess.
He pitched 7 strong innings last time out. When he got pulled, the relief pitcher that came in gave up the runs, and he got charged for him. He really gave up 1 run over basically 7 innings last time.
So wait a minute. So if nobody's out and there's guys on there that are gonna score anyway, and somebody else.
You can't say they're gonna score any. I mean, yeah,
when they took him out, he was done 2 innings before that.
But you're about to say that he pitched like crap, and he made it 7 innings and was strong.
Well, let's look at the numbers. The numbers are the numbers,
it's
Brian.
6 runs he got charged.
I don't think. You put on
I already looked at the numbers.
You go call Ron Romanelli and you get your
say
little
he
Zach
pitched like
Wheeler
crap.
trading card, okay? You guys swap.
Like
swap some baseball cards. You and Ron Romanelli. You know.
They're going to take out the Rays today.
Maybe you can get some autographed swag. What a gig that is, man. You sign stuff, you get paid. You think that devalue? I think these like signing shows have to devalue the signature.
There's certain guys that are worth like $350 just for their signature.
Yeah, but those are the guys that don't sign. You ever been to an event? You ever seen LeBron James in person? Have you ever like been somewhere where he's been?
He wouldn't draw me to an event, but
but have you ever like you happen to be at the fight and LeBron's there? Have you ever been there? Like been at an event that he's at? You can't get within a mile of this guy. Okay, I'll tell you that much. You can't get within 2 miles of him. So I'm going to guess that his signature is the most expensive. I don't know anything about this stuff, but I see these guys at the fights and I see them at, different things. And I can tell you right now, you can't get within a mile of Michael Jordan. You can't get within a mile of LeBron James. You can't get it within a mile of Madonna. Those 3 people, you can't get within a mile of them. I'm going to guess those are the 3 most expensive signatures, or 3 of the most, because those people, you can't get anywhere near them. There's no way the autograph hounds could get there.
I would pay security too if I was them.
Of course, but there's no way an autograph hound could get their autograph, because you can't even get close to them. Like, I mean, not even like, it's like you walk up to them and it's like somebody, says, hey, get the hell away from here. You can't even get that close. Like, so, for instance, okay, so like 20 years ago, maybe more than that, I'm at Madison Square Garden. I got press passes for the Sugar Ray Leonard, Terry Norris fight. Well, what press passes mean is that you have access to everything, but you don't actually have a seat. So there were some empty seats in the front row, right? Ringside. So I sit down. And, of course, right before the main event, some guy that's like 6 foot, 10, 800 pounds, tells me I'm in somebody else's seat. He asks me to get up. Donald Trump and Marla Maples. I'm sitting in their seat. I was surprised by how tall Trump was when I had met him at that time.
We had this conversation before because I said to you that most of the tall people are in important positions like president or something.
Yeah, we did. We did have this. All right, let's get back to these games.
We had this conversation.
Anyways.
You can't be a short guy and be.
Anyways, let's just say he didn't get my vote because he had me physically removed from the seat. Anyways.
That is annoying, though, when you go somewhere and get a nice seat and you go to sit down and somebody's sitting in your seat. That happened to me at baseball games and stuff like that. I hate that.
So you have somebody physically.
And then they fight you about it?
So do you have your bodyguard? So do you have your bodyguard physically remove them? Is that how that works, Brian? Because that's what happened to me.
I didn't have anybody physically remove them, but it ended up being that way. But I was irritated that somebody would even sit in the seat that's not on their ticket. But I'm not saying anything about you at that boxing match. I just mean in general, it bothers me.
Anyways, who do you like in these games?
If you buy a cheap seat and it's way up here, and the game started and you look down and you're like, well, those 4 seats right there, I haven't seen anybody even sit in those. I'm going.
This country was built. This country was built on those 4 empty seats that we snagged.
Right? No. Excuse me, sorry I'm late. You just butt your way in there.
You almost feel stupid.
Like, oh, okay, sorry.
You almost feel stupid not going down and sitting in them.
Not going down there, right?
Well, the good thing to do is wait until the 3rd inning. You don't do it.
Confessions of a seat stealer. Anyways, which of these games do you like?
You took my seat. and then we'll go in and we'll have no problem going in and stealing the seats.
I've stolen a few seats. My buddy Mark.
Why am I sitting way up here? Look at all them seats down there.
My buddy Mark that I grew up with is like a professional seat stealer. He's one of the all-time greats.
Just sneaks in when no one's looking. Oh, where did you go?
It's like he's got the binoculars. Like the game starts, he's got the binoculars out. It's like he's not watching the game. He's looking for seats.
You're looking for seats, yeah.
So we got the Cubs, Rockies, the Orioles, Angels, the Phillies, and the Rays. Rod, what do you like of these three? Zach Wheeler?
For me, out of those, no. I'm going to take the Rays again. Phillies are 1-6 their last 7 on Wednesday, and they're also 0-5 their last 5 as a favorite. So we're going to get plus money again with the Rays. I'll take the Rays, who are 44-14 following a win. Give me the Rays over the Phillies on that one. I think we get another win.
Run line.
Phillies doing nosedive.
Rod, Brian, who do you like? Besides the dirty look you gave Rod on the pick. Same dirty look you gave us yesterday on it.
Hey, and I'm
same.
I'll be in the same. I don't just give up. I keep it going.
It's like
I want to look at the Phillies and Rays, see how the line marinates during the daytime. But as far as I'm sitting here right now, I'm going to take a shot with Wheeler. I mean, he got tagged in the 7th, but he pitched dominant. I guess it's not hard to look dominant against Arizona Diamondbacks.
Right.
So it doesn't look strange to you that the line's only minus 135 with Wheeler on the mound.
I mean, they're paying you plus 120 for the Tampa Bay Rays, who probably have the best record in baseball. I mean, that should are right up there with the best record. Yarborough, last 3 starts, he's pitched a combined 15 innings. He's given up 10 runs. So the guy who makes it about 5 innings gives up 3-4 runs to start. I think Wheeler should be able to dominate for 7 innings, get the Phillies a win.
I agree with Brian. It's a strong play on the Rays for me. I think that you go reverse run line here. You just party it up with the Rays in this one.
I like Gomber, too, with the Rockies in Game 2. I think Rod's right. I think the Cubs take Game 1.
You got who's pitching for the Orioles? I thought it was Kramer.
I think it's off the board.
But now it's off the board. We'll have to come back to that one on the VIP show because Orioles, this could be the day. Got the Pirates and the Diamondbacks. Pirates beating Bumgarner last night. I knew I was dead before the game even started. So
I got to win.
Congratulations, Brian. You got one. Didn't get full Pirate prices on that. Just got even money on that thing, close to it. But
it was plus 100.
Yeah, even money. So
even money. Yeah.
Got the White Sox and the Blue Jays. The White Sox, they even surprised me. They just stomped the Jays yesterday. It was over before it even started, that game. It was there were 6 pitches in. It was 3-0. 6 pitches, 3-0. It was over. The Jays were never ever close again.
Barrios stinks.
He stinks.
He's an overpaid bum.
I'll give you that. He stinks. And then Red Sox and the Twins, Pivetta and Ober. This could be a long night at Fenway. It's fall weather. You're going to want to bring a light jacket, is my guess, and a lunch. It's going to be a long night.
Ober's been pitching better. I don't know why you say that.
Brian's a big Ober guy. Yep, 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 bomb, 3 strikeouts. Rod, any of these 3?
Those ones there. I like the under in that Twins and Boston game. Surprisingly, you look at Nick Pivetta and Ober, and you figure that it is going to go over. We've seen a whole lot. What was 17 runs yesterday? That's not typical of Boston. Usually, you get a lower scoring game. So I'm going to take the under 10.5 in that one. Opened at 10.5 and stuck at 10.5. I'm going to take the under. I think we just get under. We have a 5-4 game. Give me the under 10.5 in that one.
Devonta Freeman, I like that pick also to be cut.
And did we get to the Texas Indians game?
Nope.
Oh, yeah, we were doing the Pirates game. No, that's all I like in that.
Ryan, you like any of these?
Did you mention Marlins Nationals? I don't mean to be.
Nope.
No.
All right. Well, unfortunately, in that time frame, you look here.
Hard Ruffalo here.
If I had to bet something, I would take the Indians and lay the run line after yesterday's.
They're not in that slot.
Oh,
We
well,
didn't
then
get
I
them.
don't, I don't
Who
like
gets that
anything.
game?
I'm taking a pass.
All right. That's all I have to say. I'm taking the White Sox here against the Jays. The Jays looked lifeless yesterday in that game against the White Sox. They won the first game. I don't know. I think the White Sox looked to be the better team yesterday. They pushed and shoved. Robbie Ray's been fired, but Lucas Giolito's the number one in the White Sox rotation. He certainly has pitched like it recently. So White Sox look like they want it more.
Lance Lynn's the number one.
No, he's not.
Well, as far as I'm concerned.
Who started on opening day? That's how he's.
Yeah, but Lynn has more. I think Lynn has the better.
Well,
I'd rather
fine.
have Lynn out there.
That's all fine and well. That's all fine and well. And Lynn has the better numbers, but the number one starter is the guy that started on opening day. Unless it's Chris Sale, who was on the injured list. And Lucas Giolito is the White Sox opening day starter. So if you're the opening day starter, you are, by default, the number one pitcher. That's the way it works. I don't make the rules. This is just what they are. We just have to live with it. I'm not saying he's their best pitcher. I'm saying he's their number one.
Okay.
How about this QB1? Like, what the hell is this stuff? You know?
That's the starting quarterback. QB1.
Why don't they just call it the starting quarterback? Whatever happened to that?
We're phasing that out.
Why? I like
it. It hurts the feelings of the backup.
Oh, no. Butt hurt.
It hurts the feelings of the backup. RB2.
That's why they got rid of freshmen and sophomore.
He's the backup running back. He's the third string running back. I don't know. What are you selling today? Anything? You got anything for sale? I'm really excited about the premium and the VIP and all that stuff for football season. It's going to be blowout city. I'm telling you, I promise. I believe we're adding a new capper to the VIP. I'm 99% sure. I never like to guarantee until it all is. It's kind of like boxing. My friend Rob Peters always says it's such a weird thing. He's like, I never actually believe the fight's going to happen until the two guys are in the ring. It's like, that's when you know the fight is going to happen. So I never count my chickens until they're hatch, but I think the eggs cracking. And we got a few new cappers coming on. So we have, new people on the show we're going to have. We're going to have new people on the drive-thru. It's big. We have new stuff going on at the websites. Man, I got a busy week. No golf for me. What are you selling?
For me, I got my Wednesday high roller play. It's my best bet for $30. I also put my college football season pass on sale for $100 off. It's just $499.95. Last year, 59% in the regular season. But the best deal is the YouTube Premium. Today, I'm giving out 2 of my premiums on there for the VIP. So make sure you check it out or sign up using the link.
Rod?
Yeah, definitely the best deal is the VIP. Sign up below. Definitely. And for today, it's Whopper Wednesday. We got 3 of my biggest bets this week that I absolutely love these 3 plays. Golden opportunity for bigger, better to smash these out of the park as we round the bases and cash in. Jump aboard. Whopper Wednesday. These 3 big bets. Love them. And if you're part of the VIP, like Brian says, I'll give you 2 of those in the VIP today.
You're making me hungry for a burger at Burger King, a Whopper.
I could go Whopper, except they're just so far away. I think the closest one for me is a good 3.5 hours away.
Holy crap.
I don't need a Whopper that bad.
Anyways, like I said, the premium, the VIP, if you're going to sign up for those or upgrade from one to the other and all that other stuff, and I know some people dropped off during, baseball the last few months after basketball. We only started it during basketball season, so we never did football in the VIP. This is our first time through. It's exciting.
Exciting.
And so we'll have that, and it's going to be good. I know it. It's the best deal out there. I lose money on it. It's so good deal. So you guys hate me. It's a good way to see me lose money. Buy a premium package. More people that buy the premium, the less money I make. It's odd. It's good business sense I have. I don't care. I like it.
Well, those kind of services piss off the other sites.
I don't care. I have money. Money isn't an issue. Luckily, I've been lucky. I was so poor most of my life. I had this conversation with my cousin last night. She's like, "How are things going?" I said, "I'm still mad. Still mad. Still angry. Still have this anger." She's like, "You're rich and angry." She said, "You can have money and still be angry." I said, "Yeah, it's way better than being poor and angry. I'll tell you that much." But I've been that too, so I know from experience. But like I said, the VIP is, it's not something that we make any money on, really. It's just kind of there. It's a super good deal. It's what, $3 a day it comes out to. So even if you just like college and NFL football, you're gonna get with the VIP because you get the premium on top of it. You'll get 3 picks a day minimum from each of us. That's 9 picks on Saturday, 9 on Sunday. Plus, we're gonna have another person who you guys are gonna love. I promise that.
It's minimum 90 premium picks a month.
I can tell you for sure. The new person you guys are gonna like more than you like me. That's for sure.
Less than $1 a premium pick.
Rod, do you like the over that they'll like them more than they'll like me, the new person?
Definitely.
way nicer than me, which isn't that hard. But better person. It's okay. We are who we are, but I'm excited to have them. We got the Indians and the Rangers. We got the Mets and the Giants. Taiwan Walker's going to give it another crack. And we got the Marlins and the Nationals. Brian's just got the smirk going the last 2 days. It's the Bittler smirk.
Makes me laugh just looking at the Giants +1. Makes me laugh. I don't know.
Taiwan Walker's pitching. It's been a beast.
Oh, yes.
Johnny Cueto, he's a prize.
I bet you Johnny Cueto, when you look at his career numbers, like especially the stuff back in Cincinnati, he's got Hall of Fame numbers.
No, in his prime, he
was the best.
Dominant.
He's one of those guys that put on weight and never took it off. Right? Some of the guys, like, they put on weight, like Ezekiel Elliott, right? You see how skinny he is this year? I mean, he hasn't been on the field, but you see how skinny he is? Lost, like, a ton of weight. Like, Le'Veon Bell did that. Remember when Le'Veon Bell lost the weight, and then he was really good in Pittsburgh?
I wouldn't be surprised to see Bell cut.
Le'Veon Bell? What team's he on? Is he on the?
I think it's the Chiefs.
Is he still on the Bucks? No, he was on the Bucks.
He's on the Bucks. He's still
I
on the
don't
Bucks.
even know
I'm
what
sure he's still on the Bucks. I'm sure he's still on the Bucks.
How about Tom Brady? You think he'll make the varsity?
I think Zach Ertz could get cut.
I think Jalen Smith is a done deal. I think they're trying to shop him, but no one wants to pay for him. And I think that they'll, if they do get the trade done, they'll have to eat some of that contract.
Jackson's running back. Jacksonville's running back out. Etienne is out.
Etienne's gone for the
season. They figure. They figure the season. Well, 12 weeks minimum. So there's a chance he might come back late in the season, but
they still have a talent.
Unlikely.
Get 1,000 yards last year.
Jalen Smith. Okay, this is for backup linebacker now. Oh my gosh. He makes $68,421,000. He had a $5,000 signing bonus. His base is 7.2, and his cap hit is 9.8. He has dead cap value 16.6. Oh my.
Holy.
Ooh. And that's how you become the last place team in the worst division. Right there. He's not a bad player. He's not good enough. Jake Latz is pitching for the Rangers against the Indians. Brian, who do you like in these games?
All right, for me, I'm going to play could easily be a premium. I like the Miami Marlins today at this price. Edward Cabrera of the minor leagues this season was 3-4 with a 2.93 ERA, a 1.14 WHIP. That's over 61 in the third innings. He's got some talent here. I think the Marlins bounce back from yesterday's loss.
Rod?
For me, in this one's, I'm going to take Texas again. Plesac has been awful. He has definitely not been good. He's been the weak link in the Indians' pitching rotation. And it looks like Texas is woken up and starting to hit and score some runs. So give me Texas in that one over the Indians. And I like the over in the Giants and the Mets with Cueto and Walker going up. I think we're definitely going to see some runs from both teams. Give me the over 8.5 in that one. So two I like.
Wasn't Fulgham that really good receiver last year for the Eagles? Wasn't he the guy that just caught everything?
Yeah. I don't even remember seeing him this season.
No, he's on the chopping block. They're saying he's going to go, which makes sense.
They drafted that wide receiver.
Well, he looks great. Devonta Smith looks like. I mean, he's going to be the best.
And then you got Jalen Reagor.
He's the only good player you got. It's Devonta Smith.
All right, that's Jalen Hurt will have a better season than Tua.
He stinks. Tua beat him out at Alabama. He's going to beat him out here. Jalen Hurts is so good. They took him out. He played the entire season. They took him out in the second half of the national championship game. That's how good
he was good enough to start on Oklahoma and Alabama, so he's a talented player.
I could have played it. I could have put up those numbers at Oklahoma and with that Alabama team that he had.
I think he'll have a good year.
I think you're sadly mistaken. Brian's just hoping and praying. He thinks that that Jerick McKinnon pick's going to really pay off for him in his fantasy draft.
My fantasy draft, I can't wait on Sunday.
Yeah, they took so Dan Quinn is the defensive coordinator now for the Cowboys, and so Keanu Neal, he brought him with him, from Atlanta, and that's why Smith is in trouble here. Micah Parsons, I think he was the first pick, right? So those guys have moved in, and Van Der Esch and Smith are now on the bench. It's trouble. $16.6 million cap hit. It's more than Rod makes in a week.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
And he's riding the bench. Time to let him go. Will you take half of that?
Yeah, but you still take the cap hit.
Oh yeah.
I think if somebody picks him up, you don't take the hit. Is that how it works? I don't know.
It looks like Carson Wentz will be playing Colts.
Let's bet big against the Colts then. Sounds like easy money.
The Colts are a playoff team this year.
Sure they are.
Not with Wentz in there.
Not with Wentz, they're not.
Yeah, with Wentz.
They're pure fade. You on Jake Latz here or not? He's your
I'm
guy.
on Jake Latz. Yeah, go Texas.
He's your guy. I like the Marlins here with Cabrera against Josiah Gray. Josiah Gray finally pitched the best that we saw him pitch last time out. He was finally like the guy. Well, not finally. I mean, he's still super young, right? But he was the guy that, you saw the potential, right, last time out. Meanwhile, he takes his first loss of the year, and that's like, oh, man, that's not a good sign. I'm going to take Cabrera here in the Marlins. The Marlins just real. They grow these pitchers on trees, like out in the garden behind the stadium, I think. It's like they have so many young pitchers. It's crazy. And then the last two games, there's got the Dodgers against the Padres. Darvish is scratched again. It's Blake Snell. And then Luis Castillo, who, it hasn't been pretty for him recently, against Brandon Woodruff, who his best pitching was in the first half of the season. Brian, who do you like in this one?
Oh, this play's dedicated to my good buddy Al Nino, so I'm going to take the Dodgers here. I just think that Padres are done, toast. You got a big pitching mismatch here. Seems like a trap, but, I'll go small on the Dodgers. I think they'll take care of the Padres tonight.
I'm with you. It's the only one I like out of those two. Give me the Dodgers on the run line. I think they beat up on Padres again. Schnell is awful.
He's an overpaid bum.
I've read a lot of comments of people hitting big parlays off of our free picks, and our free pick videos are awesome. Some guy said he had an 18 on my picks. That's awesome. 18. Some people say I don't get 8 games right, ever. Pretty amazing. He's never gotten a game right. It's like, ouch. He's never.
18. Holy.
Super. YouTube commenters are super extreme, right? It's always he's the best, the GOAT, or it's never. It's like, there's no in between. It's like, you had an okay day. It's like, we won a few bucks. We probably lost a couple we shouldn't have. We won a few we shouldn't have. We ended up a little bit ahead. It's good. We live to fight another day. You never hear that in YouTube comments. It's always, he never wins. He always wins.
Best is in the NFL season. It used to be if you picked against the Patriots, they would leave comments on your video. You're crazy. There's no way the Patriots can lose.
The first death threat I ever got was from TCU. It's from TCU fans. Those guys are really into the game. One thing we know is that college football, we don't mess around. It's like, you got to really know your stuff.
TCU usually is the team that has value from week to week.
Gary Patterson, one of the highest paid coaches in college football.
He's worth it.
He's worth it. I always hoped that Miami would get him. They never do. Rod, you like either of these two games?
Yeah, I like the poor fish patty Dodgers beat up on the Padres again. Huge mismatch with Schnell versus Buehler.
I like the over in the Reds-Brewers game. I think both these pitchers have not been at their best. Woodruff gave up 6 runs last time out. Luis Castillo, well, if it wasn't for bad luck, he'd have no luck at all. I haven't used that one in a while. It's an old
I can see the Reds knocking him off today. That's possible.
Brian, have you seen Castillo's numbers?
I like Castillo.
I know you do. He's your homeboy. I guess we're going to do parlays.
I'm going to go with the Astros on the super run line, -2.5. The Rays on the money line, Texas on the money line. Parlay those 3 up.
Might take it to the bank parlay. The Miami Marlins teamed up with the Philadelphia Phillies. All the fish patties will be back in the
got the loud laugh. They got that one loud laugh in there where it's like,
we haven't done that in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Saving it for NFL season, college football.
I got like the nastiest comment with that. And you hit the laugh button on Bittler. You're always picking on Brian. Yes, I did hit the laugh button. I'm going to go with the Chicago White Sox parlayed up with the Astros on the super duper run line. And
what's the super duper run line?
3.5.
Oh, okay. Nice. Did you just make that up?
Yes, I
did. What's 4.5?
Copyright. Super duper.
I've created betting terms and things like that in the past that I hear other people using all the time. So believe me, that will be a standard term in someday.
It's a super duper run line. I like it.
Yes.
You got the run line, and then you got the super run line, and then you got the super duper run line.
Yes.
Nice.
Super duper run line. QB2.
Yeah, QB2.
Second string. He's the backup. It's like, what position do you play? QB2. I've never heard of that before. You're number 2? No, I'm QB2. So you're the backup. Yes.
Technically the backup.
The understudy. We prefer understudy. It's just like injured list. More politically correct. All right, so who did I take? I took the super run line here with the super duper run line with the Astros. I took the White Sox, and I'm going to put that with the Arizona Diamondbacks, Tyler Gilbert on the hill. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. It was fun. I know we had a lot of filler in there today. Just not a lot of games, but a lot of crap to talk about, I guess. And that's the beauty of the live show. If you guys just want hard-hitting direct picks, you could always buy our premium picks, and that's really all that is. You can get our free picks at both of our websites, pickdogs.com and sportschatplace.com. They're both ours. And we've got all those videos that I do on YouTube. We also have the drive-through show, which is a little bit more serious because Tony T runs a tight ship there. He's got a 1 beer maximum.
And Ruffalo doesn't mess around.
Yeah, Ruffalo's all business. He means business over there. Not sure who's in charge of wardrobe at the Ruffalo house.
I like his pink polyester shirt. That's the best one.
Brutal. I'm on the drive-through today, so you know it's going to be
nice.
I skipped last week. I'm on this week. I try not to be the same place as James Clark because we're the same person.
You're working in a coal mine. Oh, wait, they closed those.
They'll reopen, maybe.
Yep, eventually. He was talking about, they said they were going to build a train. I haven't heard that, but they're going to build a subway train from West Virginia all the way to Washington State. And I was like, super duper subway tunnel.
That's a long tunnel, big, that's for sure.
Right, that's a huge tunnel. That's like massive. That's like halfway across the country.
Well, thanks everyone for joining us. We appreciate each and every one of you. Let's make it a winning day. We'll send out the premium picks. I'll tweet out that link for that on our Pick Dogs Twitter. And then we'll do the VIP show later on. We got the drive-through, and we'll see you guys right here tomorrow. I'm going to try and act more professional tomorrow. Let's make it a winning day.